Hey everybody, Brandon Boyd with the Brandon Boyd Show. Thank you so much for watching and thanks for joining me. I'm down in Orlando, Florida, still staying at the Waldorf Astoria. Covered on points and miles, of course. You know that's how we roll. If you find this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video. And if you are a fan of receiving the latest information on credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, and everything in between delivered in a fun, fast-paced format, then watch as the subscribe button jumps out of the water at the end to tackle the notification bell. Before we get going too far, make sure you check out my video I put out earlier this week detailing the changes to the American Express Business Platinum, and make sure to stay tuned for a very big story from American Express that should scare a lot of you, including myself, in regards to shutting down people's accounts. That will be coming out in the next week. I just need to do a little bit more investigative work. If you're not familiar with the Weekly Pointers news update, it's pretty simple. On one side of the screen, you'll see a list of the topics that I will be covering today. Each topic that I'm currently talking about will be highlighted, and there will be a timer underneath to let you know how long I will be talking about each topic. It doesn't get much simpler than that. There are a lot of media outlets that cover the big stories and the topics that I just talked about, but the Weekly Pointers update is designed to give you all the stories that may have slipped through the cracks over the week, and hopefully we tie a bow on all the information that you may have missed over the last week. So with that said, I think we just dive straight into it. Let's get going. American Express is giving you a pretty nice incentive to start referring your friends. With their Plus 4 Means More program, American Express is giving you the incentive to get your friends and family to sign up with American Express. All you have to do is refer a friend or family member to American Express from one of your cards, and when they get approved, for 3 months you will receive plus 4 points on your membership rewards multiplier. For example, I have the Blue Business Plus card, which gets 2 times membership rewards on every transaction. I referred my wife to the American Express Business Platinum through that card, and now I will earn 4 times points on top of the 2 times points that I was already getting with the Blue Business Plus. So now I will get 6 times points, which is going to be really great for me because I have an in-ground pool project that'll be wrapping up and I got to pay for it. What better way to earn membership rewards than to get 6 times points on those massive transactions? So needless to say, I'm a little excited about this. The deadline to do this is December 1st. And think about this, your friend or family member could then refer someone else and still take advantage of this 4 times extra points. So they could get in on this as well. It's a really nice incentive to get more people in the American Express family. And hey, act now rather than later. 4 times points additional to what you already have earning on your cards is a really good deal. Better act fast. It takes a lot to get me angry, but this story from Ryanair, which is based in Europe, really makes me angry and frustrates me to no end. So Ryanair is telling passengers that if they don't pay their chargebacks because of the pandemic in 2020 and 2021, they are not allowed to get on another flight with Ryanair. Let me explain how all this went down. So Ryanair, in the middle of the pandemic, decided to not give refunds to thousands and thousands of passengers. Instead, they chose to fly zombie flights with very little passengers on them to keep from giving refunds to customers. It's a little legal trick that they could use over there, and they took advantage of it. So what customers did was they chose to get chargebacks against Ryanair, meaning that they disputed the charges and went to their credit card companies and said, charge this back. We want our money back from this. We paid for a service and we're not getting it. Okay, Ryanair just lays low. They don't say anything. Well, now they're coming back and saying, if you don't pay those chargebacks, in some cases these are $800, $900, then you are not allowed to get on another Ryanair flight. So they already screwed people over by running these zombie flights. Now they're getting them back again with the chargebacks. This really pisses me off, just to be honest with you. Customer service is totally going out the window. It's not the people's fault that they weren't able to fly. In some cases, they weren't able to get back into the country to fly. There were a lot of barriers that kept a lot of customers from being able to do what they were supposed to do. And now Ryanair is punishing them. I think this is very punitive and very tacky. And if I can avoid flying Ryanair, I will definitely do it. This is a joke, and they need to own up to what they're doing here. What do you think about this? Do you think maybe Ryanair is in the right here? Prove me wrong. I'm happy to hear your point of view, but to me, this seems just a little tacky. A record number of people are quitting their jobs in the U.S. In fact, 4.3 million people, that's just over 2% of the entire workforce. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh my goodness, this is a sign that there's problems with the economy, problems with the jobs market. And there's certainly a case to be made for that. But there's also another case to be said that employees can now kind of pick and choose where they want to work. There are job openings galore, and people don't have to settle for where they've been for the last 10 years. You don't have to stay in the same company for 20 years and earn the 20-year reward watch they give you, right? You can go wherever you want to and try to make more money. There's a lot more leverage for the worker right now. Now, this is all cyclical. Eventually, the employers will have more leverage. It all goes back and forth all the time. But right now, we're seeing a record number of people leaving. Let me know down in the comments, have you quit your job? Do you know anybody else that has? Let me know. Be curious to hear what you have to say. Southwest Airlines is finally getting back on track after canceling nearly 2,500 flights. That's right, 2,500. This is a very big number. In fact, my flight to get down to Orlando was through Southwest Airlines, and you better bet your bottom dollar I had a backup flight planned just in case, because they were canceling people's flights as they were arriving to the gate. So there was a lot of problems with this. Now, Southwest is denying that this has anything to do with the pilots union or the vaccine mandates or anything like that. They say it's all weather related. Sure, I've seen pictures. I would beg to differ, but that's for another show. Have you had your Southwest flight canceled, or do you know someone that has? I would love to hear some firsthand accounts of this, because it looks like an absolute horror show. It's not a fun experience from the pictures that I've seen. It's not a good thing. Luckily, it hasn't impacted me yet, but it's important that we keep an eye on what these airlines are doing and hold their feet to the fire as well and let them know that this is not acceptable. It's important to stay up to date on these news stories, because planning your travel can be a pain in the neck sometimes, right? And the last thing that you want is to show up at the gate and put at risk your entire trip because you're betting all your money on one airline. Always have a backup flight when you see news like this from Southwest Airlines. You need to have a plan B just in case something falls through. But as of now, it looks like everything is at least getting back on track somewhat. If you're familiar with the Weekly Pointers updates, you know that I like to end the show with a really good, exciting food deal. However, there's not really any out there right now, which is really strange. However, I do want to take this time to give a personal recommendation on a place to eat if you are planning to travel to Orlando, Florida. And that restaurant is located right downstairs in the hotel I'm staying right now. Again, I'm staying at the Waldorf Astoria in Orlando, Florida, and my wife and I were able to get reservations for Bull and Bear. Bull and Bear is absolutely amazing. We had our Caesar salad made tableside, steaks, fish, carpaccio, ice cream made tableside, which I didn't even know was a thing. Now, overall, the cost for Bull and Bear is a little pricey. Now, let me give you a way to offset the cost of this dinner, because trust me, it is a little pricey. With the Hilton Aspire card, which my wife and I both have, you do get a $250 resort credit. And the Waldorf Astoria does allow the $250 resort credit to be used here. Also, as Hilton Diamond members, my wife and I are able to get $50 per day for food. Now, that could be for breakfast, it could be for lunch. Basically, anywhere you charge food to the room, you can use that $50. And because Bull and Bear is located in the Waldorf Astoria, you can use the $50 towards your dinner at Bull and Bear. So $250 plus $50, $300 for a gigantic dinner. Now, it's an experience, and it's something that I would not do every single week, trust me. But if you got a really special occasion and you want to travel down here, Bull and Bear is one of the best places that I have eaten in Orlando. I highly recommend it. In fact, it's one of my favorite meals that I've ever had. It is truly an experience. Let me know down in the comments, are there any other places that we're missing out on here in Orlando? We're going to be down here for a few more days. Let me know what you think. I always love a good food recommendation. And also let me know with our previous stories, let me know if you've had any issues with flying over the last couple of years. I'm always interested to hear some firsthand accounts, particularly of the negative stories, because I think they really shine a light on what's going on in the travel industry right now. But let me know down in the comments if you have some interesting stories there. If you found this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications for alerts, and when you click on The Brandon Boyd Show, you're going to get the latest information on credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, and everything in between. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. I'll see you soon.